It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I don't know if I'm ready for it. I don't know if you are ready for it. Welcome to the 2023 Rugby World Cup semi-finals. We're there. It's the top 4 teams for right now. 3 from the Southern Hemisphere, which I think has surprised many, just 1 from the North. Let's embrace the excitement, the positivity, and all the mind games as we gear up for an incredible weekend of rugby, brought to you by proud sponsors TOTALENERGIES. So we've got DHL Stormers flanker Kuyenzeka Namaklaba. Yeah, baby. And thank God I didn't give him a career-ending injury in our fitness segment this morning, but he's here to chat a little bit about this weekend's rugby and just about a World Cup that has been phenomenal. So thank you so much for sticking around, my friend. It's all going to come to a head in 2 games. And it does beg the question that, you know, we had such an impression of where rugby was before this World Cup. Now the rankings seem to be normal again like that. Just overall, how have you felt about this incredible World Cup, dude? It seems like a special one.
Yeah, Graham, it seems to be getting better and better. Judging from the 2019 World Cup in Japan, how awesome was that? And then now, it's just like escalating to even further. I think rugby is in a very, very good space, globally. So
completely, man. And that feeder system, when we talk about the so-called minnows, the Portugals of the world, what Fiji have done, absolutely amazing. Yeah. Bit of a fairy tale story here, possibly around Argentina. They take on the All Blacks in a massive one tonight. Stade de France, 9 p.m. Argentina, the Pumas, are going to take on a New Zealand side that unfortunately has hit their straps at just the right or wrong time. How do you see this one playing out? Is there a hope? Because we've seen them beat New Zealand recently, but it feels like a different New Zealand.
No, I was just about to say that, a guy like Marco Checo as a coach will probably be telling them, listen, you guys beat them in 2022 in New Zealand, and then you've beaten them in 2020 as well. So it's definitely possible. I think Petrono, Materia, and all of them were in that team that beat New Zealand. But I think when you look at the quality of opposition that Argentina has faced, same with England, I don't think they've really been tested that much. So I think that might play in New Zealand's favour. As you say, they weren't so good coming into the World Cup. They're normally the favourites. And then they were sort of under the radar, losing to France. And then they just seem to be building and picking up the right momentum at the right time. And you know how clinical New Zealand can be when it matters. So yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting one. But
it's going to be passion and flair in the most insane way. And I think I actually saw a moment when Dane Coles, I think, brought the All Blacks all around him during the South Africa loss pre-World Cup. And they just took a deep breath. And there was such an element of dial-in and focus in that moment. It kind of felt like that's when their World Cup actually began, and they've just been ironing out the wrinkles to get to this point. When we look at all of these amazing teams, I was going on about Portugal being my favorite team in the world. Now, it's a bunch of engineers and doctors who went out there and knocked it around with the big boys. Who's impressed you the most this World Cup?
I think Portugal will be there. Uruguay, I think they also played with a lot of passion. But I think Fiji has impressed me the most. And not so much, we've always known that Fiji has so much potential. They've got world-class players. They've got Semira Draga, they've got Levani Potia.
Yeah, they've got the Sevens backbone as well, which is a massive dominant effect.
But I just think in the style which they played, in terms of the battering rugby, they're so physical. Even that quarterfinal against England, the tackles that they were putting in, they're just launching from everywhere. It was really cool to watch.
And inspiring.
They're not small humans as well. They big, those Fijians. So
and fast as well, just ridiculously fast. And they've got a rugby IQ, which is just crazy. But they also got the structures down, which I loved. Was seeing how good lineouts have been, and they're driving more at that so-called minnow tier. It's terrifying going into a weekend like this. And I would imagine from a player's perspective, when it's not all in your hands, you've got to play your heart out, but then an official can change the game in that last dying moment with the... How do we, as fans, wrap our heads around officials? How much should we be putting pressure on them? Because inevitably there's going to be a bad call, there's going to be a moment. How do we approach game day from that perspective? How do you, as a player, deal with that?
Yeah, as frustrating as it is, Graham, I think we need to understand that officials are also humans, and there's also an element of human error that can happen. But for me, having played at a high level, I think consistency is the most important thing. So if you're gonna make a 50-50 call in one team's favor, so then
do
that
it to the other,
50-50
yeah.
call should go in the other team's favor as well.
Buddy, let's get on to it very quickly. I know we're going to keep talking about this for the rest of the weekend. South Africa, tomorrow, take on our old foes, England.
Yeah.
We've been there before with this team, this exact team. When we talk about mind games, in your head, Rusty's done it again by playing an identical team, which he hasn't done, I think, in about 4 years or something ridiculous. Only the second time that they've done this.
Actually,
What
no.
is going to... I know, it's crazy.
yeah.
Like, I mean, how else could he do it? How is this going to play out tomorrow?
I really, really hope and trust that the guys will like get the results and win. But I think same as Argentina, I don't think England have been tested that much against like a quality opposition. So I think that might play in our favor. But look at that England team; they've just been also under the radar. They've just been, you know, back against the wall, but they work rates. They're just like fighting and fighting and fighting. But I think coming against the Springboks, I mean, you can make 20 tackles, but that 21st tackle when Dwayne's coming around the corner, your shoulders are going to be sore. I think that Damo's going to break at some point.
Down, yeah.
So I think for us, we're probably going to come with the physical mentality of trying to like, get over the gain line and dent them. And I don't think, you know, with Vunipola on the bench, I mean, maybe Tuolangi is a player who can get them onto the gain line and dent. But I think they're more work rate based.
And that physical pressure. Yeah, we've yet to see the big boys in their back line also step up and do that. I think, you know, what the locks are going to do in this one is going to be a special line. And, of course, our flankers, the most important people on the field.
Of course,
go out and get that ball. We absolutely
flankers,
love you, buddy. Thank you so much for that. Good luck for game day. Get ready for the game festivities yourself by heading over to your Total Energy service station to top up on fuel, bright charcoal, firelighters, snacks and drinks. You might even find Nama there, and you can ask him to come over to your place, and you can earn club points that can be redeemed for actual cash back, so you can prepare for the finals, which we'll hopefully make again next week. But thank you so much, Shanama. All the best for this season, my brother. Love you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Just like in rugby, it's uniting our energies that helps us move forward.